If you could be any other animal in any other universe, what animal would it be?
A cheetah.
A cheetah? Why?
So I can run fast.
I get it. Well, I'm gonna run fast away from here and go elsewhere on the carpet.
Things just got out of hand.
First off, there won't be any spoilers just yet, and I'll warn you before we get into them because there's some big ones. This movie wasn't good. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's below average to be sure, which blows out bloody chunks because I was looking forward to this one. It's only slightly woke with a few scenes here and there, but it's mostly poor writing. The multiverse is a big deal that should have been worked up to, if not over 10 years, then at least over 4 or 5. Instead, we have it in Dr. Strange 2, a movie that feels rushed and convoluted, and causing Strange to mostly be a third wheel in his own movie. Character arcs are almost non-existent, and story exposition is communicated with lazy writing. Plot holes are scattered throughout the film, which makes sense because this movie tries to carry the weight of not only Doctor Strange 1, but Spider-Man No Way Home, WandaVision, Endgame, and several other movies and TV shows in the MCU. The multiverse opens up a plethora of possibilities from a storytelling standpoint, but instead, it's mainly used to alleviate personal responsibility of character choices. There are major things that happen in this movie that amount to almost nothing, because, oh well, it's in another universe, so who cares, right? The film had a dark horror vibe with some pretty disturbing scenes for being PG-13, which I would be fine with if it was utilized for something more than simple shock value. The effects look good sometimes, and all the actors did a great job for what they were given, aside from one noticeable mention. The music score was nice too, and did a good job adding to the overall atmosphere of the movie. Honestly, the first 20 to 30 minutes weren't half bad, but the film dipped off and went full retard after that, which leads me to my rating. I rate movies and shows on a 1 to 5 scale, with 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. I give Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness a 2. It was retarded.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Since Phase 4 started, continuity has been all but thrown out. Previous characters are pushed aside for less likable new ones, villains are praised as heroes, and true heroic themes are supplanted for trending political messages. And Doctor Strange 2 is no exception. Fans of Phase 4 MCU will probably like this movie, and if you turn enough of your brain off, or if you're just drunk enough, it might be worth a watch. But let's just say if you get it for a Christmas present this year, it's gonna stay in the plastic wrap for a while. Now then, this is your warning, we're getting into spoilers.
We need a warning signal.
We don't need a warning signal, Kevin. I can see him right there.
We do.
I promise you we don't need a
Warning! 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 Warning!
The film starts off with an alternative version of Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange number 2, and the main protagonist, America Chavez, who in the movie is a 14-year-old Latina lesbian kid with 2 moms. Both Strange number 1 and Chavez are running from a Twitter employee who found out Elon Musk is going to be their new boss. This version of Strange tries to sacrifice Chavez and take her powers for the good of all humanity, but gets killed before he could finish the spell. If only he had succeeded. We then go to our dimensions versions of Doctor Strange number 1, who attends the wedding of his true love, Christine Palmer. After getting cuckolded by her new black husband, Strange number 1 takes to the streets and faces his greatest threat yet, an angry mom on her period after her husband tells her she's gotten a little fat. With the help of Wong, the new Sorcerer Supreme no one cares about, Strange number 1 kills the angry fat woman on her period and saves the main character who was being chased by the creature. They sit down and she explains she has the power to teleport across the multiverse, after switching topics and talking about Spider-Man shooting webs out of his own ass, quickly followed by a lecture about Strange number 1 not knowing more Spanish. She shows them the body of Strange number 2, and Strange number 1 is off to see the Wicked Witch of the MCU. Strange finds out Wanda has a book called The Darkhold, the Communist Manifesto, which corrupts everything and everyone that touches it. Wanda wants the main protagonist so that she can steal her power and go to a universe where she can see the children she never had. I wonder whatever happened to her new and improved life-size vibrator that we saw in WandaVision. At the end of the show, he just flew off with all the original Vision's memories. How come he's not in the movie? Don't think about it. After giving Strange Number 1 an ultimatum to give up the 14-year-old sexually liberated lesbian girl, Strange returns to Carmartage, where Wanda invades and kills almost every monk in the temple. Oh, and this dumbass Narnia creature thing shows up too. Wanda overpowers Strange Number 1, and America Chavez, who has the acting ability of a month-old tomato, accidentally opens up a portal, causing her and Strange to barrel through the multiverse, where they land in a new and improved New York City, where red means go, green means stop, and as we learn from the main protagonist, capitalism in our universe is bad. In order for the audience to get to know these two better, they walk down the street and end up in front of a store called Memory Lane, where Strange Number 1 steps on a button that displays the significant memories of the person standing on it on a giant screen that everyone can see. No, I'm not making this up. The writing is that lazy. Question: how exactly does this thing work? I mean, what if one of your significant memories is waking up in a blow-up pool covered in bull semen? I mean, is there like a parental lock on this thing or something? Whatever. Strange Number 1 sees himself having dinner with Christine, and Chavez sees herself as a little girl getting scared by a bee and murdering her two lesbian moms with her power. Don't worry though, Strange Number 1 says it'll be fine. They go to see the Dimension's Sorcerer Supreme, Mordo, who tricks and captures them and delivers them to the Avengers 2.0, the Illuminati, consisting of Captain Carter, Black Bolt, Maria Rambeau, Reed Richards, and Charles Xavier. And maybe Mordor too, wasn't sure if he was or not. Captain Carter slings her shield at Strange Number 1 and strikes a hero pose while the other Illuminati members are just like, hey, what's up? Dumbest thing I ever saw. But I gave her a pass because, well, she's hot. I was, however, honestly very excited about Reed Richards, played by the one person everyone wanted him to be played by, John Krasinski. Patrick Stewart was struggling to be alive, couldn't stand Lashana Lynch's token Captain Marvel, who equaled or even exceeded Brie Larson's snarky attitude, and Black Bolt was fine. After some stale Marvel jokes from Strange Number 1 and Lashana Lynch being a bitch. Oh, and the Scarlet Witch is like the devil now, and there's demons that show up and serve her, I don't know. Wanda invades a facility and the Illuminati, aside from Xavier and Mordo, fight against her. And I shit you not, she kills every one of them. This overpowered demon-ruling witch sews Black Bolt's mouth shut with magic, and with the power of his own voice, he accidentally blows his own brains out. But wait, here's the best part. After Black Bolt's death, she unravels Reed Richards' body and causes his head to pop right off. You mean to tell me that the main character from Marvel's first family, Mr. Fantastic, who everyone has been dying for a proper rendition of, has his first official appearance in the MCU, and the first thing you do with him is kill him in the most gruesome way you can think of? With the inferior men quickly murdered, the remaining two women put up a much better fight, until Wanda cuts Captain Carter in half with her own shield, and as far as Maria Rambeau, the only person I wanted to die, she gets the lamest death of all. A statue falls on her, and Xavier, the most powerful telepath in creation, finally shows up, only for Wanda to mentally snap his neck. After this, Wanda chases Strange Number 1, America Chavez, and this dimension's Christine Palmer to a new dimension where Strange Number 1 gets some kind of special book, which doesn't matter because Wanda immediately destroys it. She captures Chavez and sends Strange Number 1 and Christine into yet another dimension. Here they meet Strange Number 3, Emo Strange. The two Stranges have a magical musical battle where Strange Number 3 gets killed, and Strange Number 1 takes this version of the Communist Manifesto and uses its dark powers to take control of the body of Strange Number 2 in order to become a zombie, summon dark spirits from the underworld, battle Satan and her demons atop Mount Doom, only to lose yet again and give the main character the classic "you're a strong and independent woman" speech. America Chavez realizes that in spite of the hundreds of lives the Scarlet Witch has taken, she's just misunderstood, and so the main character shows Wanda another dimension's versions of her kids, and Wanda's like, dang, my bad. After this, Wanda just kills herself. The main character goes to Carmartage, where everyone who was killed is back alive again, and Strange Number 1 has a third eyeball, and it's back to business as usual. like nothing ever happened. This movie was retarded. There's so much more I could go into, but if I talk any more about it, I fear I'll slip back into alcoholism. If you like the video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. I know you have to make an account to subscribe, which blows out thick bloody chunks, but it's free and it really does help out the channel. Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great freaking day.